same old big brother really getting married? I couldn't believe it when I heard the news. And not only are you getting married, but the bride is some basic with nothing going on for her? I mean, wow. Just wow. What else is there to say? I mean, what kind of pairing is that? And to hold a wedding with? I think the two of you would be better suited showing up in a freak show together.
What is it now? Why is it that whenever I am doing something, you need to come and try and spoil it for me? And just what is wrong with me getting married to Felicia?
What's wrong with you two getting married? Charlie. If this chick was as basic as Felicia is, but like, really hot or something, then I guess I could see the logic to it. But she's not even that hot, so yeah, I would say there is something wrong.
You are literally not even making sense right now, and I don't appreciate the way you are talking about my fiancé. Especially after the horrible way that you treated her and made her feel when she came over to meet the family.
Oh, but come on. How was I supposed to resist? She is like a walking target, just begging for someone to rip into her. Can't you see that?
No, because I'm not focusing on all that superficial nonsense like you are. She is a smart, interesting, and very attractive person.
I guess it is true what they say, isn't it? Love really is blind, huh? I mean, have you forgotten who you're talking to right now? Did you forget that James and I graduated from one of the top universities in the nation and work at one of the largest firms in the world? And who are you again? What have you done? Oh yeah! You two only graduated from some state school and are working dead-end jobs. You really can't even compare us when you think about it. I mean, you know, sometimes I get pretty embarrassed when you tell people we're related. I really wish you'd stop.
Trust me, I know exactly how you feel. I really wish we weren't related either.
Oh, do you now? And just what do you mean by that?
I know all about how you used to bully Felicia when we were in high school. You tormented her and made those years some of the worst of her life. And then once you found out that we were getting married, it was like you reverted back to those days and are the same person you used to be. Maybe always were. Why do you think I went to the state school on the other side of the country in the first place? It's because you were always Mom and Dad's favorite who got whatever you wanted whenever you asked. They hardly even looked twice when I said I wanted to leave the state. I only went back to them to introduce Felicia because I guess I still have some kind of sense of duty to the family. That's the same reason why you all are invited to the wedding in the first place. But you know what? If I am being honest, after the wedding, it would make me more than happy if I never had to see any of you guys again. And if you really feel the same, then that's fine with me.
Oh, I see. Is that how it is? Well, as long as you two recognize where you stand compared to us.
Hey, Felicia, are you there? I have some things we should talk about. I just wanted to say that I am so sorry for the way that Brenda and James treated you today. I can't apologize enough for the things they said. And my parents, too. They just can never see my little sister as anything but their sweet, innocent little girl. I'm just so sorry.
Oh, Charlie, thank you so much for saying that. But I really am okay. You've already apologized so many times, even after you explained how things work in your family. Even about how your parents just can't see past your sister's act. To be honest, it was kind of exactly what I pictured in my mind.
Wow, so you're telling me it was that bad then? By the way, I saw Brenda twisting your arm to give you her number. You sure you were okay giving it to her?
Yeah, as long as our interactions are limited to the phone, I think I can handle her. But I don't think I'm going to extend the olive branch to her anytime soon.
That is completely fair. I do not blame you at all. You know, she basically told me she wished we weren't related, so I really wouldn't blame you if you blocked her.
Well, to be honest, I was thinking of waiting until after the wedding to do exactly that. And besides, She hasn't actually been that horrible yet. Or at least not really stirring up any trouble. So I don't really see the harm in giving her a means to contact me. She might have been able to bully me back in high school, but I'm a lot stronger than I was then. I'm pretty sure I can handle anything she can throw at me now.
Happy to hear it, baby. But if she ever gets to be too much, I just say block her.
Got it. I'll see how things go with her. Hey, loser! Thanks for the invitation to your wedding. It's too bad we won't be able to make it.
Oh, really? Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
What? That's it? That's all your sister gets for missing your wedding?
Well, Felicia's parents understand that you and I are barely even on speaking terms and that you caused Felicia an awful lot of pain back in high school. And so they said that if you couldn't go, that would be just fine with them. Besides, we were going to have a pretty small ceremony anyways, so if anything, this just works out nicely for us.
Oh, really? Is that how it is? And you're not having that big a wedding, you say?
Yeah, we had to think really hard about how many people we could invite and finally found a number that we thought we could swing.
Oh, I see. That just gave me a really good idea.
Oh, jeez. What could that possibly be?
Well, you know that James and I are engaged, but we still don't have a date picked out, right?
Yes, I think I knew that about you two. Why?
Well, of course we want to do it sometime soon. And of course we were never going to invite you to the ceremony.
Yeah, that is literally 100% fine with me. Do whatever you want.
What? That's all you have to say to that?
I never really even expected that you would invite us in the first place anyways. So, anyways, see ya.
God, you're annoying. You know that, Charlie? Hey, loser. We sent back the RSVP that we weren't going to make it to your wedding. Did you get it?
Yep, came yesterday. So you're really not going to come? That's your final answer?
Well, duh. There's no way we were going to show our faces at some pathetic small wedding like yours. And we certainly don't want to be seen with the kind of people that would go to something like that. But the real reason that we aren't going to be able to go is because our wedding is going to be on the same day as yours.
You planned your wedding on the same day? Like on purpose?
Well, duh, on purpose. But we're not going to have some destitute, sad excuse for a wedding between a couple of basics like you two. Ours is going to be one worthy of a couple working at one of the best firms in the world. It is going to be a deluxe, no punches pulled extravaganza.
Brenda, didn't you two only get your jobs because after you realized nobody would hire people like you, you went crying and begging to Dad for a job? You only got where you are because of nepotism. I really don't think that's something to be proud of.
You just don't know how to work people like I do. That's the real skill I bring to the table.
Is that what you bring? Is that why I hear that everyone at your work basically hates you guys because you just pretend to work and actually do nothing all day?
You two are just jealous of us. That's why you're saying all this untrue nonsense. Anyways, everything is already in motion for our wedding. And ours is going to blow yours so far out of the water. You'll see.
Okay then. Well, I guess that means we don't have to save a seat for you then.
Yeah, duh. That goes without saying.
By the way, you're the ones who don't realize where they really stand.
What did you just say? Is that some kind of joke?
You just go on thinking that you can do no wrong. Look around and try to figure out what's going on right now.
I have no idea what you are even talking about. You're so upset you're just talking nonsense now. Hey! Loser! What's going on? You're not having your wedding today?
What are you talking about now?
We decided to grace your wedding with our presence after all. But we showed up to the resort and there's nobody here.
And which resort would that be?
Which one do you think? Don't get smart with me. Casa de Playa down the coast. We were wondering how a couple of poors like you could afford to have your wedding there and decided to poke our heads in to watch the trash fire happening live.
Are you sure you got the right address? It was written pretty clearly on the invitation, if I recall correctly.
What? You mean you're not having your wedding there?
That is exactly what I am saying right now.
Well then, where are you having your wedding?
In Hawaii.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
How many Hawaiis do you know of, Brenda? I mean the state of Hawaii. The island.
I know what Hawaii is!
Okay, well, I wasn't sure, since it was written on the invitation clear as day for you, and you ended up going to Casa de Playa.
Wait, no. This can't be right. How could a couple of poors like you afford to have a resort wedding in Hawaii?
Well, this year I changed jobs and it came with a big raise. Actually, given my age, I'm making quite a bit of money now.
Wait, what? But I never knew about that.
Well, it's what happened. And how is your wedding going? It is today, isn't it?
We had it, but nobody showed up to it.
Wait, really?
I even made a post on Insta inviting everyone to show up, but still nobody came. Even Mom and Dad didn't make it here. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't know about any of your friends, but all of our relatives, including Mom and Dad, are actually here.
Wait, what? They're all at your stupid wedding? But I am their precious little girl. How could they choose to go to a loser wedding like yours? I don't get it.
Well, if it is any consolation, they seem to be pretty uncomfortable sitting surrounded by your coworkers.
What do you mean? Why are they there?
They are here because Felicia's grandpa is the president of the company that owns Dad's company.
Wait a second. But Dad, James, and I all work at the same place. And you're just telling me now that Felicia's grandpa is the president of our parent company?
That is literally what I just said, yes.
But why didn't you ever tell me that before now?
But I have told you. We've gone over this already.
What? When was this? I would have remembered something like that.
I told you when I brought Felicia to Mom and Dad's a few months ago.
Did you say anything about it then? I don't remember that at all.
Then I bet you also don't remember that while you and James were taking turns making fun and being mean to Felicia and I, Mom and Dad's faces were pale as a sheet and whispering for you to stop.
What? No. Were they really? They told us to stop?
They did, but you just acted like you always do, never listening to what people try to say to you. So yeah, I doubt you noticed them then, too.
So then, when Mom and Dad took me aside and told me that I shouldn't have our weddings be on the same day, it was because of that?
Hopefully, that was one of many reasons. Anyway, they gave you a fair warning, but you just blew them off and kept on going like you always do.
So then, even though they knew that I was going to have my wedding on the same day, they still decided to go to yours instead of mine?
Apparently. I guess Dad came as a kind of work duty, I'm assuming. Even if he does like you more than me, I don't think he was about to miss his own son getting married to his boss's granddaughter. At the end of the day, he probably felt like he didn't have any other choice.
You're kidding me. This is insane!
And then at the wedding, it came out that you used to bully Felicia in high school. So I think Dad is really feeling the pressure while he's here.
Oh no. That can't be a good thing. So you're trying to tell me that all of this has been some kind of elaborate revenge plot of Felicia's?
No. She's not a sadist like you. We only just happened to send the invitations to the people that we wanted to be at our wedding.
But we didn't want to deal with the hassle of making and sending all those invitations. So that's why we just sent some emails and made the Instagram post. I told everyone to come.
And did anyone get back to you? Did you come up with a guest list by the end of it?
What? Why would I bother thinking about any of that? I made the posts, sent the messages, and that was that. I didn't bother checking anything. If I tell people to come, then I expect them to show up when and how I say. Is that really too hard to understand?
I suppose not. But I still wouldn't exactly say that that means that you invited anybody.
What do you mean? I don't get what you're talking about.
Do you remember the invitations that we sent you for our wedding? Even you got back to me saying that you and James weren't going to be attending. For basically every wedding ever, you formally invite people, and then they respond with whether or not they are going to attend.
Wait, what? Since when? I never heard of this.
What do you think the point of the RSVP is? And besides, you can't just make a couple of social media posts 2 days before your wedding and expect everyone to drop everything they are doing to attend. People have schedules and lives. They need some heads up. I mean, did you even get in contact with a wedding planner? I doubt a venue would rent to you with such little forewarning. Honestly, what were you thinking?
Well, no. We actually didn't have a venue or anything. Thankfully, though, we found a French restaurant that we managed to rent out for the wedding, but nobody even came.
Yeah, I think Felicia might know a thing or two about that.
What? I knew she was behind this.
No, that's not it. You'll see, though. I'll have her message you. Just wait a second. Brenda, are you there? You should go back to the restaurant right away.
Oh, look who it is. Now that I know the truth about whose granddaughter you are, you think you can just order me around like I'm a servant or something? Huh?
No, not at all. That's not what's going on at all. But the restaurant that you booked for your wedding actually belongs to my cousin.
The owner of the French restaurant is your cousin?
Yes. And he told me that not only did you cancel last minute on your plans to rent out the restaurant, but that you and James were there making a big scene about not paying what you owed.
What? You're kidding! How does he know it was us?
Well, because you have to use your names to make a reservation to book out a restaurant. Anyways, I'm just warning that he says if you don't come back to the restaurant right away, that he is going to call the police on you.
What? He's not really going to call the police, is he? Tell him not to.
Yes, that's what I just said. He told me to tell you that if you two don't go back there by 7:40 and pay what you owe, that he is going to do it.
But that's only 30 minutes away. We'd barely make it, even if we left now and tried to rush there.
Well, I really don't think he is in the mood to give you any leeway. I would get there as soon as you possibly can.
What is going on? How did it come to this? What am I supposed to do?
After that, Brenda and James made it to the restaurant with seconds to spare, so Felicia's cousin kept his word and didn't call the cops. He just handed them their bill for $150,000. They really wanted to go all out and apparently maxed out some of their credit cards in preparation for their wedding. I heard they basically almost went bankrupt doing it. Brenda called Mom and Dad, who came running to save her. Right after that, though, Brenda got in a screaming match with them over going to my wedding instead of hers. And it's not like James had anyone to turn to, since he doesn't talk to his parents anymore. A few days after that, Dad, James, and Brenda all felt judging eyes on them at work and couldn't stand to work there anymore. Now I hear that the three of them live together in a tiny apartment which they are all barely able to afford with their part-time jobs. Now I hear that neighbors complain about the constant yelling and arguing they hear coming from the apartment. I really doubt Brenda and James are going to be together too much longer.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hi, Katie, darling. Wow, it's been such a long time, hasn't it? How are you, dear? You must be 26 now, right? So that means that would make it about 15 years since I last saw you, huh? By George, has it really been that long? Wow. Just wow! Anyway, how have you been, Katie? All good? You do know who this is, right?
Hi. I'm sorry, but no, I don't know who this is. Who is this?
You don't have my number. No. Who is this? Oh, so you must have deleted it. That's upsetting to know. So, who am I talking to? It's me, Judy. Oh. Oh, don't sound too excited, young lady. Calm down and keep your hair on. Hello. I was just kidding. You know who I am. Katie, it's me. I'm your mother. Right. It's interesting that you can still call yourself that. You hadn't been one for the last 15 years, as you pointed out. I don't think that you can qualify as a mother. Oh, don't be such a Debbie Downer. I came here with good intentions. And of course I'm your mother. I'll always be your mother, Katie. Come on. I even named you Katie to make it sound like my name. Right? You're Katie, and I'm Judy. Great. How did you get my number anyway? I changed it years ago, especially to avoid you contacting me. Oh, don't remind me. It was like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Do you know how many people I had to go through to get it? At least 10 people, including some of your old classmates from elementary school and middle school, and some of their moms. Some of them just wouldn't stop blabbing away either, bragging or complaining about their kid. As if I cared. Anyway, I hope you're grateful that I managed to find you. Grateful? Yeah, you can thank me when we can talk in person. I don't think so. When did I agree to that? Oh, no need to be so shy. I'm not being shy. I'm just politely disagreeing to whatever you're saying. Oh, I know, honey. Don't worry. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but I know about it, okay? Know about what? I truly have no idea what you're talking about. Quite frankly, I don't think I even want to know. I know that you built your duplex home so that you can have me live with you and your husband. Congratulations, by the way. I know I wasn't invited to your wedding, but no hard feelings about that. I'm over it. So, what kind of room do I get? A big one where I can decorate it however way I want, I hope. Hold on. No, you're not moving in with me. No one is moving in with me. I have no clue what you're talking about. I know that you just moved into that lovely new home of yours. And you left one room available for when I agree to move in with you guys, right? I'm here now. You can ask me directly if you want to. My answer is already a big fat yes! No! Are you crazy? Have you actually gone senile already? I thought you might be too young to go senile, but have you? Oh, please, Katie. Look, I'm already set and ready to move in with you today. Okay. I have your address and I'm already on my way. So I'll be there soon, yes? You're seriously not making any sense at all. I don't know if you know, but you're totally jumping the gun here. What do you mean? It's okay, you were always a quiet one. You always needed me to speak out for you. I guess some things don't change, huh? I can speak for myself, thank you. And the reason you think I'm shy is not because I'm actually shy, but because you're so impatient that you can never wait for me to get a word out. I have plenty of opinions, thank you very much. One of them being that I think you've seriously gone mental. Well, listen to you. Look who's grown to be all cocky and unladylike. At least I don't have tramp written all over my face. Katie! How dare you? How dare I what? Huh? I'm not mental or senile or that last name you called me. You don't even know the half of it. Half of what? Why, you just one day randomly decided to up and leave me and Dad behind? You don't know the half of what me and Dad had to go through. So you can stop playing the victim game and shove it up yours. Katie, come on. It's been ages. You can't still be holding a grudge against me for all this. Forgive and forget, right? A grudge against my birth mother who left her only daughter when she was 11? And for what? To hook up with some surfer dude from God knows which homeless street he lives on. Not to mention how you left my dad, too. Oh. Oh, this is funny to you now, is it? No, but I just didn't think you'd remembered. You left the both of us. And why would I even want to live with you? Let alone want to speak to you. Or see you. Breathe the same air as you. What the heck do you think you're doing texting me anyway? You don't think that's creepy? What? Oh, honey. Gosh, this is going to take me a while, isn't it? Listen, dear. I know that you built a new duplex in Cleveland, okay? Close to Lake Erie. In fact, I know that you have a great view of that lake from your house. How the heck did you know that? Have you been spying on me? I have my sources. Your sources? What? More low-life hobos who think they can get inside your pants in exchange for a favor? No, Katie. In fact, he's a legitimate private detective called Ryan McKenzie. And he did a great job finding your address for me. And how many times did you spread your legs for him, huh? Katie! And why the heck did you get a private detective to spy on me? Well, like I said, you weren't the easiest to track down. All right. Yeah, you're right. I guess some things really haven't changed. You still are a big, old, lazy slut. Katie! You better watch that mouth of yours, young lady. I'm only being nice because it's been some time since I last saw you. But I'm still your mother. And I still have my rights to whip you up into shape so that you can behave, you know. Me? Behave? Coming from some slut who abandoned her family for the biggest loser on earth? Oh, I don't think so. I'm not a slut! You don't call your mother names like that, Katie. Oh, so tramp is better, is it? And cut the I'm still your mother act. As far as I'm concerned, you are not my mother. My mother is dead. Right, well, it's okay. This will all be okay. I may not have been there for you before, but I'm here now, aren't I? And imagine if we lived together. What kind of life that would be like for the both of us. Imagine our bond that we'd have again. You were stuck to me like an extra limb when you were a kid, Katie. I'd very much love to rekindle our relationship with you again. Mother to daughter. This will be wonderful for us, okay? No. Don't you dare talk to me about being my mother again. Don't you text me or call me or try to do any of the above ever again. I mean it. But darling, I'm already here. Open your door or look out the window. You'll see my blue sedan. What? Hi, Cecile. I need your help. Desperately. Right now. It's an emergency. Katie, what happened? I thought you were on your way back home from the honeymoon with Peter. What's going on? I know, I'm with Peter and we just landed not long ago. I'm still at the airport, but really need to sort this out first. But anyway, listen. You're at home, right? Yes, I'm right here, honey. Okay. So, you know my birth mother. You mentioned her name was Judy, right? Yeah, her. She texted me just now telling me she's right outside our home. She knows where we live and she thinks she's moving in with us. What? Move in with us? In this home? Yeah, I know. Crazy. And just telling me she somehow found out where you live. Yeah, she said she got some PI to spy on me or something. What? How? I don't know. But listen, she's outside the house right now. Okay, hang on. What am I meant to be looking for here?
Is there a blue sedan nearby? Hold on. Okay, I see a blue car. Is that it? Is there someone inside it? There's a lady on the driver's seat with brown, maybe dark brown, medium length hair. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen her in so long, but that's most likely her. All right. I still don't understand, dear. Well, Peter and I obviously built our duplex so that we could live with you guys, right? I mean, we all know that. But for some reason, she thinks that I built it for her. What? She thinks there's extra room in our house for her to live in. But she hasn't even seen you for almost 2 decades, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. She just randomly texted me and showed up. Well, is she in some sort of trouble? I don't know, I didn't ask. But I also couldn't care less either. I didn't think I'd hear from her ever again. I've learned how to compartmentalize my feelings and I've moved on. And then, now this. I don't know what to do. Should I talk to her? God, I don't know. Why am I being like this right now? And I'm so sorry that she's there right now. No. Don't worry, dear. You're only reacting normal like anyone else in your situation would. I have an idea. How did you talk to her a while ago? We were just texting. Okay, then. Can you send me the text exchanges between you two and send it to my phone? Okay. You mean screenshot it? Yeah, do that and send them all to me. I need to get more information on this woman. Okay. And then what? And then tell her that you'd be fine to have her stay over and possibly live with us. What? And by us, I mean you and Peter. Don't mention me and my husband. Okay. Why, though? I just need her to stay put, right where she is. She can't go anywhere, and you can leave the rest to me, Katie. I've got this. Trust me, it'll be fine. Okay. You and Peter just take care coming home and tell him sorry that I didn't get to speak to him. Tell him I love him and see you both later, all right? How long are you going to take anyway? Okay, hang on, let me ask him. He said maybe 3 to 4 hours, depending on traffic. All right. See you both later then. Okay. Please text me if you need anything. Hope you'll be safe. Don't you worry, Katie. I've got this. Hi. Oh, Katie! Finally! I've been sitting in the car waiting for you to open that door. You have an awful lot of neighbors here. I couldn't bring myself to knock on your door only to be made to wait outside. I thought I'd leave my car as soon as you opened your front door, but you still haven't. So, are you coming out? Or what? Well, I had to speak to my husband about this. Sure, that's important, isn't it? There should be no secrets between a husband and wife. Right. And did you keep any secrets between you and Dad? Katie, let's just focus on you and me here, okay? Right. So? And, well, I guess we can have you stay here with us for a while. But only for a few days first. You know, a little bit at a time. Just to test the waters, if you like. And if things work out, then... Well, if they work out, they work out. And if they don't, then they don't. How about that? Wonderful! Then are you going to open that door and let me inside? I've been keeping my engine idling. I'm going to park here, yes. You know, you could have just come outside and told me that to me in person. You could have picked me up. I'm just across the road. We need to fix that shy trait that you have, Katie. We can work on it, okay? Like I said earlier, I'm not shy. All right. Well, anyway, I'll get out as soon as you open the door, okay? Sure. Judy, long time no speak, huh? It's been, what, 8 years or something like that since we last spoke? It's a good thing I still have your number with me. But man, I would have never imagined to have to get in touch with you like this. Sorry, who is this? You don't recognize this number? Well, it looks like you were the one who deleted it, huh? I guess I would have done the same if I wanted to forget who my archenemy was. What? It's me, Cecile.
Cecile!
I'm sure you remember me.
Well, yes, but okay. How did you get my number?
Well, I've always had it. I never deleted, but I take it you did. Anyway, this is not why I'm texting you. Do you have any idea why I'm here?
No. Why?
Well, you've parked yourself in front of my house, and quite frankly, it's an eyesore.
What? Oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't be silly. I can see you right through my window. See?
Wait. OMG. But that house is where my daughter lives. My daughter, Katie. What's going on? I'm supposed to move in there right now.
You still don't get it?
Well, did I get the wrong address?
I'll give you a minute to think about it. Do you get it now?
No! OMG, why are you there? Where's my daughter? I was just texting her just now.
Okay. You're still as dumb as a pole, huh? My son Peter is married to your daughter Katie.
What? So you're what? You're Katie's in-law.
Well, you would have fooled me for a genius.
No, but I thought her husband's parents lived somewhere far in Rochester.
Well, that private detective of yours. Ryan Mackenzie, was it? He clearly did a lousy job, didn't he?
How did you know that? Did Katie tell you? You spoke to her already.
So much for finding out about your own daughter. He couldn't even find out who she lives with or about her extended family. And besides, no, we do not live in Rochester. That's where my sister lives.
Sister?
Well, stepsister to be precise. My mother remarried when I was young and had her, you see. I guess we both look alike. But clearly you shouldn't be charging this Ryan guy anything. Of course, unless you had to sell yourself for him in exchange for the wrong piece of information.
Oh, God.
So what now? You mentioned something like how you wanted to live with us.
Well, I guess not then.
Good, because if you wanted to live here, you would have had to help me pay off the mortgage.
Right.
And you wouldn't want that, would you? That'll be, what, some $1,500 a month? Can you afford that?
I guess I thought I could be living rent-free there. You know, seeing as I'm Katie's mother and everything.
Well, you thought wrong. But if you think you can pay that and live with me, of course, feel free. I'm sure I could easily be your worst nightmare. But jokes aside, I'd also love to have some help around the house. And so would my husband. So, Judy, what do you say?
Well, I'm currently still looking for a job, you see. I couldn't pay rent like that. And besides, now that I know you're Katie's mother-in-law, I wouldn't want to intrude in your personal space. Maybe I've changed my mind about that now. Might not be such a good idea anymore.
You're damn right it isn't. You abandoned your daughter and husband and ran away with your lover. And you come crawling back into her life after some 15 years. And you couldn't possibly think of freeloading off of your daughter, would you now? That'll be so wrong. Right?
Right.
Or what? Anything you want to say to me?
No, you're right. You're totally right, Cecile.
Looks like you're still as obedient as you were back in school, huh? Good. Now get the heck away from here and stay out of our lives.
Sure thing, Cecile.
Don't you dare show your face here ever again, or I'll beat your behind like I did in high school. And don't you think for a moment that I've forgotten how. I know all your weaknesses, Judy. Now get out of here!
Okay, well, actually, I wanted to see Katie before I left. Is she inside? With you?
You think you can ever go near my daughter-in-law again? After what you did? Heck no!
Frying hell! But, I mean, she's my daughter at the end of the day. I think she'd want to see me too now, right? Believe you me, she never wants to see or hear from you ever again. Okay. Now get the hell out of here before I call the cops on you. I'll be out of your hair then. Was nice talking to you. Shut the hell up, Judy. Sure, okay. Bye now. Hey, Cecile. So we just passed Walmart and we'll be there in about 10 minutes. So, what happened to, that woman? Oh, that leash is gone now. I'm so sorry, dear. No offense. No worries, none taken. So, she left? Yeah, we had talked and had a conversation. Oh, wow. You spoke to her? Sure. I didn't let her inside our house, of course. We spoke outside her car. Oh, right. What did she say? Well, not much. I just told her that if she wanted to live with us, then naturally she'd have to pay rent here. To help out with the mortgage and stuff, Right? And then? And then she told me she was unemployed, and how she couldn't pay anything towards the house. So then I simply said that the deal was off the table. Then she drove off and left. Oh, that easy, huh? Yep, just like that. It seems like she was going to live off of you rent-free. That's why I called her a leech just now. Sorry, dear. Oh, no worries. I don't mind at all. Especially if that were the case. Yeah, so don't you worry. There's nothing for you or Peter to worry about. That leech is gone. Okay, great. Did she just leave, or do you think we might bump into her on our way home? Oh, not sure about that, but so what if you do, right? Yeah, I'll just give her the finger. Oh, feisty. I like that attitude. Well, I'd like to say that I get it from you, Cecile. Oh, you're such a wonderful daughter-in-law. I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, take care coming here. I made you that lasagna that you and Peter like. Oh, great. We missed lunch because we slept through our flight and didn't have time, so we're starving. Oh, great. You can tell me all about your honeymoon then. Yeah. Can't wait to see you. Okay, you've only been gone for a week now. But still, you're the best mother-in-law I could ask for. Love you. I love you too, Katie. You're very much like my real daughter now. So, see you in a jiffy then. You and your British slang. See you in a bit, love. Yep. On my way back home, Peter and I did spot this old woman dressed very badly, driving her car, grabbing onto the steering wheel as if to hold on to her dear life. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she really had mental issues. That crazy woman is definitely not my mother anymore, and I hope to never see her again. We were welcomed home with the best homemade lasagna, followed by lovely chocolate-coated macadamia nuts with coffee. I brought them back from our honeymoon. Can you guess where we went? The answer is Hawaii! Oh, it was the best honeymoon ever! We talked about our trip all night and laughed out loud, which is always the best feeling, especially when you do it with the people you love. As for Judy, my birth mother, God only knows where she is and what she's doing with her life. But I changed my number again, and while there isn't much I can do about her knowing where I live, I just hope I won't ever have to hear from her again. Out of sight, out of mind. And I just want to keep it that way. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.
So you finally found someone that was willing to tie the knot with you? Good for you, because I thought you were just gonna grow into an old maid forever single. It took you long enough, though. You've already had a 10-year head start compared to me. Poor man, though. All the good prospects were already taken, so we had to settle for you? Or did he actually choose to marry you? In that case, I'd like to see what kind of loser he is, especially since he couldn't find anyone better than you. Will you just stop saying things like that? When are you gonna grow up and learn how to be more respectful? Do you really enjoy criticizing everything about me all the time? It doesn't matter if I enjoy it or not, I'm just stating the facts. The only thing you're better at than me is studying. You've always gotten better grades than me, but I'm way more attractive than you. And I don't know why, but everyone always made such a fuss over you and admired your achievements. But look at where that left you. Everyone else is happily married with kids, but you only just found a husband? You don't have to make it sound like it's such a bad thing. Besides, everyone pampered you ever since we were kids because you were so cute. I don't even understand why you're always trying to get back at me. I'm not trying to get you back for anything. Like I said, I'm just stating the facts, and it's how I really feel. Because just look at you. How can I not pick on you? Everything about you is a complete joke. I still can't believe that you were able to find someone who wants to marry you. It's like a miracle. Fine, whatever. Oh, and I have some big news myself too. I'm also getting married. Oh, really? I had no idea. But how great. Congratulations. Yep, thank you. I feel kind of bad though, since we're getting married around the same time, but I'm 10 years younger than you. I promise that I didn't plan for it to be this way. But it's going to make it more obvious that you're getting married much later in life, so I'm sorry about that. Right. I strongly doubt you even feel the least bit sorry about anything. But don't worry, because it doesn't bother me at all. It's not like getting married is the ultimate goal in life. There's so many other ways to live a full and happy life. Yeah, right. It only sounds like you're pretending that it doesn't bother you. You don't have to put up a front or anything. You'll only end up making a bigger fool of yourself. Oh, and about my wedding date. It's gonna be on the same day as your wedding. What? What do you mean by that? Well, because you're getting married in June, and I want to be a June bride as well. It's always been my dream to be a summertime bride. And since all our relatives should have adjusted their schedules to accommodate your wedding already, I just thought it makes sense to have mine on the same day. I don't understand. You can still have a June wedding that's not on the same day as mine. Are you doing this intentionally? Of course! Isn't that more thrilling? Now we'll see once and for all which one of us is the superior one. And I just know that all our relatives will be coming to my wedding instead. Are you sure about that? My wedding date was set way before yours, and I've already sent out all the invitations. It'll only make you look bad for sending your invitations for the exact same date. No, you don't get it, do you? I'm sure that everyone prefers to see the prettier and younger bride, which is me. Why would they waste their time to attend the wedding of someone as old and ugly as you? There's no fun in that. It looks like you're going to end up having a sad wedding, but too bad. Does your husband know about all this? How you're trying to sabotage my wedding? No decent person would knowingly agree to have their wedding on the same day as their fiancé's sister. Did he even try to talk you out of it? Of course not. I'm just gonna tell everyone that it was you who planned your wedding on the same day as mine. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're just going to make me look like the bad guy? First of all, have you ever given any thought to the embarrassment I feel about having a 38-year-old sister who's still unmarried? What kind of nerve do you have being all giddy about having a wedding at that age? Fine, whatever, you can do what you want. Oh no, are you mad? You make me laugh. Anyways, I have to go back to work now. I wonder how many people will fall for me today after I prepare their perfect cup of coffee. I bet they only see the good side of you at the coffee shop. If only they can see what you're really like on the inside. Don't worry, that'll never happen. I have to keep my image up as the most popular barista here. My looks are more than enough to get things done my way. Oh, but it doesn't work like that for people who aren't as good looking as me, huh? And it doesn't matter how friendly you might be either. I guess that's why you just don't understand. Okay, sure, go on to work now. You don't want to be late.
Hey Andrea, do you have a minute?
Hi Ken, sure, what can I do for you?
There's something I wanted to tell you. I'm actually getting married soon as well.
Wow, that's great news. Congratulations.
Thank you. But I have some unfortunate news as well.
What is it?
Well, the date of my wedding is actually the same as yours. So I'm sorry to say, but I won't be able to attend your wedding.
Oh, that's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing you there, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's your own wedding day, so I hope you go and make the best of it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Thank you. I really appreciate your kindness. But you've been my mentor ever since I started working here, so I feel pretty terrible that I won't be able to celebrate your special day with you.
Like I said, there's nothing we can do about it, so don't worry. Besides, I'm just as disappointed that I won't be able to attend your wedding either.
Yes, I know. So I've been trying to convince my fiancée to change the date because there's still time. But she's quite adamant about having the wedding on this particular date. She says that the date is non-negotiable, and she won't even give me a chance to reason with her.
Oh, that's too bad then. Well, I'm sure your fiancé has her reasons for choosing that date, so you can't really blame her for that. But if I remember correctly, hasn't it only been a few months since you started dating this girl? It seems a bit soon to think about marriage, but I guess you're really serious about her.
Yes, but she has a very strong desire to get married as soon as possible, so I feel like she rushed me into proposing. But I love her, so it's something that I was already thinking about.
I see. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Every couple has their own way of doing things. And as long as you're both happy, then it must be the right thing for the two of you.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel as well.
By the way, how did you and your fiancé meet again?
She works at a cafe where I always get my morning cup of coffee, and she was the one who actually asked me out first. But it quickly turned into a serious relationship.
Oh, that's right. It's funny because that's exactly how my sister met her current fiancé. Young people these days are so assertive. I can never imagine myself doing something like that.
What a funny coincidence. So your sister is also engaged now? It seems like everyone is getting married now.
Yes, but my sister, she's really manipulative and mean sometimes. I just don't know what to do with her. She's the type of person to set her wedding date on the same day as mine after I've already sent out the invitations.
Are you serious? Actually, my fiancée was saying something similar to your situation. But in her case, it was her older sister that intentionally set the same wedding date as ours. I just can't believe that some people can actually be so rude and inconsiderate.
What? The same thing happened to you? I didn't think it was possible for there to be someone as wicked as my sister.
I know, you've mentioned before that you and your sister don't really get along that well. Has it always been that way?
Yes, I guess so. We were never that close, even when we were little. I mean, there's a 10-year gap between us anyway, so we didn't have much in common then. By the time she hit puberty, I was already out of the house. Even so, she always wanted whatever I had. She even tried to hit on my boyfriend one year on Christmas.
I can't believe that your sister even tried to steal your boyfriends. That must have made you really angry. I can see why you're not very close with her.
Yes, and everything that she took from me, she's never even given back to me. When we were kids, every time I brought home any kind of award, she always ripped them up out of jealousy. And one time, she shoved me down the stairs the day before a big track and field meet. I actually ended up breaking my arm from that fall.
That's insane! She must be some kind of psycho. I never met anyone in my life that would treat their own sister in such a horrible way. How did you even manage to live like that?
Well, it all led up to me meeting my amazing husband, so it's not even worth thinking about it anymore. My husband wasn't swayed one bit by my sister, like some of my previous boyfriends were, so that's why I knew for sure that he was the one I wanted to marry. I guess you can say that everything my sister did to me was just a means to an end.
I see. No wonder you're such a generous and understanding person then.
I'm not sure if that's exactly the reason, but I can assure you that I've had to deal with quite the ordeal throughout the years.
In that case, I feel even more terrible about not being able to attend your wedding.
That's nothing to worry about. We can share one another's wedding stories after it's all done.
Yes, I guess so. Thanks for understanding.
Of course. I'll see you in the office then. Are you getting ready to walk down the aisle in an empty chapel? It must be really lonely not having anyone to invite to your wedding. Sorry that our weddings are taking place on the same day. I don't know if I told you, but all our relatives would much rather attend my wedding than yours because it's a much prettier bride than you. I wouldn't be so sure. Your fiancé is here right now begging for my forgiveness. Why do you think that is? What? I don't understand. Ah, so you're oblivious. Well, sorry to rain on your parade, but someone needs to fill you in on your cluelessness. I just told your fiancé about your whole scheme and what kind of person you truly are. He wants to call off the wedding, by the way. What? What kind of joke is this? Why don't you just accept the fact that I'm the superior one? Stop making up lies like an immature child. I'm only telling the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not is up to you, though. That can't be true. He said that he needed to stop by the office this morning, but he promised to make it back to the chapel in time for our wedding. I'm sure he's on his way already. You'll see, as soon as he shows up, it'll be obvious that you're lying. Really? It doesn't sound like he wants to marry you anymore, though. He said he refuses to marry someone as manipulative and mean as you. I have no idea what you're talking about. First of all, there's no way that you can possibly know my fiancé. I've never introduced you guys. That's right. But there's no need for any introductions. Kenneth is one of my team members at work. In fact, I'm actually his supervisor. What? No way, that has to be a lie. It's too much of a coincidence. But how do you know his name? Because I'm telling the truth. This morning there was a problem with one of our very important clients that needed to be taken care of urgently. The two of us were called in to take care of the problem right away, and we were finally able to resolve the issue. And that's when we figured out what was going on, since we were both missing our weddings to be in the office. Are you serious? Is that even possible? What did you tell him? Oh, I told him everything. I know that you were bad-mouthing me in front of him to make me seem like the evil older sister. But I told him that it was all a lie and that in fact you are the real evil one. What? There's no way he believed anything you said. Of course he believed me. I showed him all of our text messages to prove my point. And besides, Ken has worked alongside me ever since he first joined our company. So he's known me for much longer than you, as a matter of fact. He knows that I'm not the type of person who would sabotage something as important as my sister's wedding. Fine, whatever. So what happened after that? Will you let him go already so that he can get married to me? Didn't you hear me the first time? He has no intention of marrying you anymore. Huh? Why? I'm sure you know how honest and genuine Ken is. So, he never even doubted you, despite all the lies you told him. But I think he finally realized what an awful person you really are. He was just apologizing to me profusely on your behalf. What? Why would he do that? Besides, he can't just decide not to show up now. It's too last minute. What am I supposed to do? Both of our families and relatives will be here any minute now. Oh, there's no need to worry about at least half of those guests. Everyone that was supposed to attend from your side of the family are already here at my wedding. Huh? What do you mean? It was pretty obvious that you set the same wedding date on purpose, so all our relatives never had the intention of going to your wedding in the first place, especially since they'd already received my invitation. That can't be true. Everyone told me they'd attend my wedding. Sure, they said they'd attend, but only if you changed your wedding date, right? So I'm afraid that they'll all be here at my wedding today. Did they really say that? I don't really remember them saying anything like that. Why is everything going so wrong? It's supposed to be my wedding day today. That's because everything you do is always half-hearted. None of our relatives took you seriously, you know. They just thought that you were acting out again because you were jealous of me, like always. What do you mean, again? Did you actually think that they never noticed? You gotta be kidding me. They've known all along how you always insult me and how you've always looked down on me. How did they know all that? Why? It's pretty obvious from the way you talk to me. I would be surprised if they didn't know what was going on. Do you remember that one time Mom and Dad scolded you for something you did? You didn't want to accept your punishment, so instead you took your anger out on me. Since then, they decided that it would be better for everyone's peace of mind to let you do things your own way and not interfere in anything. So, is that why everyone decided to attend your wedding instead? That's just unfair! Stop acting like such a child. You can feel free to call me whatever you want, but the way you think and behave are way too immature. What did you say? Anyways, so that's what's going on now. Oh, and by the way, Ken says that he's going to attend my wedding now. I guess you'll just have to stay at home, all by your lonely self now. Shut up! I haven't been able to get a hold of Ken this whole time. Tell him to answer his phone. He probably doesn't want to talk to you after everything I told him. He said he was disappointed in you, and that you had him completely fooled. If only you didn't plan such an outright scheme to hurt me, things could have turned out differently. You could have been happily married right now, without making enemies along the way. Fine, I get it. I may have gotten a bit carried away with this, but I'll stop now. You have to explain to my fiance that something like this won't ever happen again. There's no way we can call off the wedding now. Everyone will think I'm such a loser. To be honest, it really doesn't seem like you regret anything you've done. But since it's my wedding day today, I have much more important things to be thinking about right now. I'm just gonna leave this matter up for another day. But I promise that you'll never be able to interfere in my life ever again. Enjoy your empty wedding. I'll send you some pics tomorrow. After that, Lisa came storming into the wedding and tried to force Ken to leave the wedding with her. She kicked and screamed when security tried to stop her, and the police finally had to get involved and take her away. After that, I had no choice but to explain everything that happened leading up to that day to all of the guests. Lisa was completely humiliated in front of her family and friends, but at least she had the decency to beg for their forgiveness. Having had enough of her immature behavior over the years, Lisa's family and friends decided to finally cut all ties with her. Perhaps this was the reality check she needed to at least become the proper and respectable adult that she should have been. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to see more content. Andrea, do you have a minute? There's something important I want to talk to you about. Hi, Vivian. What is it? I saw it. So what? Andrea, I can't believe you do something like that with such an unconcerned look on your face. Do what? What are you talking about? What did you see? I saw you cheating on your husband. What? Last Sunday. Don't tell me you don't remember. Did you think it was okay to do that? Did you? I might have to tell your husband. I've never cheated on my husband, so I don't know what this is about. Really? Well, that's too bad, because I took a picture for proof. So, for you to say you didn't do it would be just a lie. Say whatever you want. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's what anyone who got caught cheating would say. So, anyway, I think $10,000 would be fine. $10,000. For me to keep my mouth shut? Oh, what are you talking about? For me to not tell your husband what you're doing? Unless you want your husband finding out, you'd better pay that much. It's a good deal, don't you think? Oh, well, I'm not cheating on my husband, so I don't know what kind of game you're playing here, but I'm not paying you $10,000 for anything. In that case, I'm going to tell your husband. Do whatever you want. Wow. You're more stubborn than I thought, huh? You probably think I'm bluffing about that picture, but I'm not. So, what are you gonna do? I'm not doing anything. I've never cheated, so I've got no reason to meet your demands. You better think about what's gonna happen if you don't. I'll give you till this weekend to get the money ready. Don't think I'll wait any longer than that. Kyle, are you done work?
Yeah, I just finished. What's up?
I think something strange is going on.
Huh? What do you mean? What happened?
You know that woman who lives 3 houses down from us, right?
Yeah, Vivian, right? You've told me about her.
Well, she messaged me today, and how do I say this? She said she saw me cheating, and I don't know what she's talking about.
Cheating. Like with another man. You.
Yeah, I have no idea what she's talking about, but that's what she said.
You. Cheating. I'd never believe it. Not in a million years. She must have been smoking crack or something. Oh, you're making me laugh too hard. I'm on the subway platform waiting for the train. Stop it. People will think I'm crazy.
Don't laugh, it's not funny. She told me I better pay her $10,000 if I wanted to keep her mouth shut.
What? 10K?
Yeah, she says she's got a picture to prove it. I don't know what's going on here.
It doesn't sound like she's joking. Sorry for laughing earlier.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm just glad that you know I wouldn't do anything like that.
Well, obviously, I've known you since we were kids. I know you're not the type of person to betray anyone, especially not me.
Thanks, I needed to hear that from you now.
So, what else did Vivian say?
She said she saw me do it last Sunday.
Last Sunday? There was like 1 hour when you went out alone, but other than that, we were together all day.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know what the heck she's talking about. She wouldn't listen to anything I had to say. Honestly, I'm a little scared.
When I get home, tell me exactly what happened. Just in case, lock the doors and don't go outside until I get there.
Okay, I'll do that. You be careful on your way home, too. Hello, Andrea. It looks like you had some really expensive meat delivered over there today, huh? I saw the truck. You're gonna share some of that with me too, right? Hurry up and bring some of it over here. I'll be waiting. What are you talking about all of a sudden? The meat was from one of my husband's friends. He's a butcher. It was a gift. I can't just give you some. It was a gift to my husband, not to me. Oh, it was for your husband, huh? But your husband isn't home yet, now is he? You can just tell him it was never delivered or it fell off the back of the truck. Any old lie will do, right? Let's have an expensive steak party at my house and we'll destroy the evidence together. That way you can be sure, right? I have no idea what you're saying right now. Hurry up and give it to me. Give it to you? What's wrong with you lately? First you demanded $10,000 from me. Now you want our meat? You get it, don't you? If you don't want me telling your husband what you did, you'll have to do whatever I say. I was nice enough to give you time to get the $10K ready for me, wasn't I? Which I'm still waiting on, by the way. If you don't want to make me angry, you'd better start doing what I say. Are you telling me that you want me to give you our meat so you shut up about this cheating thing? I don't really have to tell you, do I? So what are you going to do? If you don't want your husband to know, you better give me that meat and the $10,000. Oh, and one more thing. There's a new purse at the mall that I'm dying to have. I've already reserved one. It's only $500. You can pay for that for me as well. Now it's a bag you want? Of course. I'm not going to pass up an opportunity like this. I'm going to milk it as much as I can. What are you talking about? I've got no reason to do any of this.
Huh? I really didn't want to have to say this to you, but I'm tired of all this. The day you supposedly caught me cheating, I was with my husband all day.
What?
If you want to be exact, I went to my parents' house in the morning by myself for an hour. I wasn't with my husband, but my parents can both vouch for where I was that hour. So how on earth could I have been cheating on my husband?
I figured you'd say something like that.
But I told you, I have proof. I've got a picture. I'll give you one more chance. Otherwise, I'm not just going to tell your husband you were cheating. I'm going to tell your boyfriend too. So, let's talk about what you're going to do. Are you going to do what I told you to do, or am I going to tell your husband what you did? Those are your only two options. And either way, it looks like I'll benefit. I'm tired of doing this with you, okay? I'll bite. Let me ask, who exactly is this man I'm cheating with? If you can tell me that, then I'll know you've got the proof. Aha! You're shameless. You don't even think you're cheating, do you? I guess people who cheat don't think they're cheating because they love the person they cheat with. Is that it? I don't know how a cheater's mind works. If you're not even aware you're cheating, I guess I'll have to prove it to you. The person you're cheating with is Mr. Evans from down the street. Huh? Mr. Evans. Poor Mrs. Evans. She has no idea what you're doing with her husband when she's away. I saw you go over to his house. He opened the door and you walked right in. I saw it. That's it. Not just that. I know his wife had just left the house before you went over there. That's as much proof as anyone needs. I think you need a little more proof than that before you jump to conclusions. Well, I already know. I suspected it long before I saw that. I can't blame you, though. I mean, he looks rich. I can't blame any woman for wanting him. I understand. I do. Well, anyway, because of that, how about you and him talk about this and let's all come to a conclusion about how we're going to proceed. Vivian, can I talk to you for a minute? Sure. Did you talk to Mr. Evans? Yes, I did. Good. Finally, you're behaving and doing what I told you to do. You should have just done that from the start. Okay, I'm going to tell you what we've decided. Well, first just tell me when you're giving me the 10K and all that meat. I'm not cheating on my husband. Uh-huh. Mr. Evans isn't cheating either. What are you talking about? Oh, don't tell me that you're still going to play innocent at this stage in the game, are you? This is too comical. Vivian, I'm not done talking yet. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's getting really interesting now. I want to hear this. I won't interrupt again. Please, continue. First, as for me and Mr. Evans, he and his wife happen to be really good friends with one of our friends. That's why we've started hanging around them a lot recently. Uh-huh. And as for the day you think you saw me cheating, Kyle and I were invited over there because it was their daughter's birthday, and my kids are around her age. Birthday? But I had to go to my parents' house that morning. My husband and kids went over to Mr. Evans' house without me. I went to Mr. Evans' house on the way back from my parents' place. That's why you saw me go there alone. I guess that was right after Mrs. Evans left to go get the birthday cake from the bakery. I'd already been invited and the party had already started. That's why he let me into his house so quickly. He must have just happened to see me at that moment. I don't know how you could have missed everything else. But that's... So when you saw me go into his house, my whole family was already there. I wasn't even alone with him. There's no way it was cheating. But... And if you were really watching me so intently, how did you not notice Mrs. Evans come back with the birthday cake while I was still in the house? And how did you not see me leave the house with my whole family? Well, so that's what happened, huh? I see. It was all just a big misunderstanding. Okay, well, I don't want to cause any more problems, so I'll let you get back to what you were doing. Oh, you think this is all over now?
Yeah, problem solved. Everything is all figured out now. Sorry for the inconvenience. Well, I apologize, so that's the end of that.
I spoke to Mr. Evans. You know, like you told me to do yesterday. Vivian, I heard you've been talking with Mr. Evans about this as well. He told me you threatened to tell his wife he was cheating if he didn't pay you $50,000. And something about if he divorces his wife and marries you, you wouldn't tell anyone.
No, that was,
That's more than a little strange. You weren't just asking him for money. Does your husband know about this? You didn't just want a little cash, you were trying to marry into wealth, weren't you?
It's no big deal. Nothing came of it, so don't worry about it. Let's just forget about this and move on, shall we? If word gets around, it could cause problems around here with the neighbors, don't you think?
Do you really think after this your relationship with the neighbors isn't going to change?
Huh?
Do you think your husband's not going to know about this? Oh, and the place you work? Did you know that Mr. Evans' father works as a subcontractor for your company? Not only is he really well liked by the higher-ups at your company, but he has many good friends on the board of directors there too.
What? Really?
When Mr. Evans tells his father about this, I don't think he's gonna just let this go.
I didn't know that. Hold on.
So, about this incident, when word of what Vivian had done reached her company, she was let go. No real reason was given, and she didn't get a cent in severance or anything. Her husband found out about her plot to marry Mr. Evans and was so upset with her that he divorced her. When he left, he took full custody of their child as well. I considered filing a police report about how she had tried to scam Mr. Evans and me out of money, but my husband was concerned about Vivian's child's future if her mother had a criminal record. And because she was just jumping to conclusions and no money or goods were ever given to her. My husband persuaded me not to press charges, but we did get a restraining order on her to make sure she stayed far away from us. Along with that, we found out that Vivian had accumulated a large amount of debt. Her husband didn't even know anything about it. I guess she was too embarrassed to tell him. That's why she was desperate to get people to pay her money. After Vivian's husband left, Vivian moved back in with her parents. That's when we heard that Vivian's debts apparently weren't with a bank or any reputable firm. That's why the debt wasn't on the books and her husband didn't know about it. Of course, we only found this out after what happened next. I heard some really scary debt collectors showed up at her parents' house. They were demanding that Vivian pay them back what she owed them or else. They made it clear they didn't want any trouble with Vivian's parents, but if Vivian didn't pay, she'd be sorry. Now, Vivian spends every day locked up in her parents' house, afraid to go outside, thinking that the debt collectors might be somewhere waiting for her. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Sarah. Do you know how challenging it is to raise a child these days? Are you aware that it requires a great deal of effort, time, and resources? Perhaps you cannot fully comprehend the difficulties involved since you have not yet experienced parenthood yourself.
While I haven't had the first-hand experience of raising a child, I'm aware that it is a demanding and challenging task. It entails a multitude of responsibilities, such as providing care, guidance, and support. Raising a child involves dedicating a significant amount of time and energy, as well as being attentive to their physical, emotional, and educational needs. It also requires making sacrifices and adapting one's lifestyle to accommodate the child's well-being. Parenting is a lifelong commitment that necessitates constant learning, patience, and love. I think I recognize that raising a child is an intricate and demanding journey that demands unwavering dedication.
While that may be true, I was specifically asking if you're aware of how much it costs to raise a child.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's not even funny when it comes to raising a child. From their food to clothing. And when you add in the cost of private tutoring, it becomes quite substantial. Raising a child is all about money. You can't even have a baby if you don't make enough money. It's completely different from decades ago when people perceived children grow up on their own.
Private tutoring? Danielle is barely in kindergarten, but you already hired a private tutor for her?
I meant private tutoring will be part of the expense when she becomes first grade next year. And just because she's in kindergarten, it doesn't mean there are no expenses for private tutoring. Simply giving her extracurricular activity lessons like piano, art, martial arts, or foreign languages can easily exceed $1,000 per month. Just like in my household, if the father is the sole breadwinner supporting a family of 3, covering living expenses, including food, utilities, and even the cost of private tutoring, you could say we're incurring losses every month.
I see. That must be hard.
Speaking of which, can you help us financially by any chance? Although Danielle is not your niece by blood, she's your husband's niece, which means she's technically your niece as well. You can help your niece by supporting her with $10,000, right?
That's a lot of money.
Isn't $10,000 considered a small amount of money in today's world? You've had a job for 10 years and don't have any children, so it's likely that you have saved a significant amount. Instead of letting it sit in a bank and lose value, it would be really useful for me if you could give it to me. Is there any way that could be possible?
Just because I have been working for 10 years, it doesn't mean I have all the money in the world. I need to prepare for my retirement and keep it to raise my children when I have them later. You just said yourself that it costs a fortune to raise a child. I'm considering having children in the near future, and I have to be prepared for them to take care of them properly, from feeding them to educating them. I'm sorry, I don't have spare money to give you.
Is it true that you're just turning it down without even pretending to consider it when I'm your husband's older sister and I'm sincerely asking for your help? You're such a cold woman, aren't you? What is the benefit of having a sibling? Aren't siblings supposed to help each other when they're going through a rough patch?
I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry.
This is exactly why people say there should be siblings. I notice that the only child is usually selfish and difficult to get along with. I'm sure you don't understand what it feels like when your sibling is having a hard time as an only child. It hurts like hell when your sibling encounters hardships, and you want to give up everything to help them. It might not hurt you, but it should hurt my brother because that's what siblings are like. Okay, fine. I can't help it if you're saying you don't have spare money to give me. I understand. However, while you may not have enough money, your parents do, don't they? I heard your parents ran a business all their life, and you were raised in a wealthy family. Is that true?
I guess I can say that. Thanks to my parents, I don't recall going through financial hardships, if not enough money.
Then you can take some of their money and give it to me for Danielle, right?
What do you mean by that?
Your mother passed away half a year ago, and once your father also passes away, you will be the sole beneficiary of their assets. I'm saying it shouldn't be a problem for you to receive and use the inheritance in advance.
Are you asking me to beg my dad for money and give it to you when I receive it?
You don't want to do it?
Of course not. Did you really think asking me like that would work? Don't you think you're attempting too much and asking for the moon? If you need the money so badly, you should get part-time jobs at restaurants, grocery stores, or wherever. How could you even think my parents' assets will be given up to you, which they accumulated all their lives with their sacrifices and devotion? You have the guts to ask for my parents' money, don't you? I would never be able to bring up such a thing if I were you, because I would be so humiliated and ashamed even by thinking about it.
Are you okay today? Are you sure you're not food poisoned or anything? I don't know what to do when you become someone I don't recognize all of a sudden.
Why is that? Are you confused that I stand up for myself for the first time after all these years of being nice and quiet to you? Do you think I had no idea you were taking my bags and clothes one by one? Even my shoes! Every time you came to my house? I tried so hard to understand and think positively. I tried to convince myself that you were in your worst moments and you had no other choice but to lay your hands on your brother and his wife's stuff. I have shown kindness to and to help strangers, so I was willing to let go of it and have refrained from showing any discontent toward you since you're my husband's sister. I thought that by continuing to extend my generosity, you would understand it as a gesture of goodwill. However, I guess it's true that if kindness continues, you perceive it as an entitlement. Did you think I was a joke? Did you think I didn't say anything to you because I had no idea what was going on?
What the hell did you say? Are you saying you knew about it all along, but you kept it to yourself all this time?
Don't you think it's even more strange if I didn't notice what was going on when my stuff was missing every time you came to my house?
Well, you didn't say anything to me, so I believe you didn't know. You know you have millions of clothes and bags, right? All of them in luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and even Hermes. I thought that a woman who grew up in a wealthy family wouldn't notice if she lost a few things because she has countless articles. I'm quite surprised that you actually noticed. But the thing is, are you saying that even though you knew all this, you've been meeting me with a smile on your face and not showing any indication of it? You're so creepy, aren't you? I'm so freaked out by you that you give me chills. I feel like I've been walking the street naked. I'm so embarrassed and mad and feel a rush of rage. Do you have a damn idea how I feel right now? You're that woman who says one thing but does the other. What a hypocrite.
You must be delighted that your words and actions match, aren't you?
Excuse you?
I'm saying you still don't understand what you should do right at the moment. If your stealing had been busted, the appropriate response for you should be sincerely apologizing and taking responsibility for your actions. Instead, you are coming across defiantly. So I'm here teaching you what you should do. What you committed is a theft, and you'll be asked to take responsibility if I report it to the police. If I were merciful enough and had let go of your actions, considering that I have been lucky enough to possess many things, you would be in a position where you should be thankful and apologize humbly for stealing my belongings. Don't you understand what kind of position you are in? I knew you were a thief, but I didn't know you were so dumb that you don't even understand English.
How could you be so mean to me? I'm your husband's older sister, remember? Hey, how's your IVF going? Did you say you need to keep the money for your children that might happen in the near future? Do you think God will gift you with children if you have such an attitude to your sister-in-law? Do you think you can live comfortably as my family's daughter-in-law despite your despicable attitude toward me? Don't you get that I have the final say in everything as the eldest daughter in my family?
I had the final say in everything as the only child in my family, too. Believe it or not, I don't argue with others often. But when I did, I've never lost against anyone in my life. I respected you and let go of your unbelievable actions only because you're my husband's older sister. However, now you're trying to get on top of my head and manipulate me, and I won't take it anymore. Who do you think you're trying to take for granted?
You have no idea what you're doing right now, do you?
Oh, I do. I'm furious that you're even thinking about taking my parents' hard-earned money.
You're furious just for that? You'll try to eat me alive if you know I took your late mother's ring and sold it, won't you?
I beg your pardon?
I thought it was very meaningful and precious to you, but you didn't even notice it was gone. You know, we had a gathering at your house last week for my mom's birthday, right? I secretly took the ring since I was there. Indeed, it seems that people who have a lot tend not to notice or pay attention if one or two things go missing. The ring was wrapped tightly in layers and kept along with your mother's picture and other pieces of jewelry that seemed to belong to her. You must be excited that you were born as the only child of your rich mother and received a bunch of expensive goods as an inheritance. Considering I only took one inconspicuous and seemingly insignificant ring among all those possessions, wouldn't you say that I'm still quite nice and conscientious?
Excuse you? That ring you stole is a special ring that was passed from my grandmother to my mom when she married my dad. It was a family heirloom. That's such a precious piece of jewelry regardless of the price. And you claim you took it without my permission? You need to give it back to me right now.
Oh, that's impossible. I already sold it and it doesn't belong to me anymore. I was fortunate enough to sell the seemingly shabby ring at a high price. By selling it, I made a substantial sum of $5,000, which I spent pretty quickly. Thank you, Sarah.
It's not the right time to say thank you, Sarah. You need to get the ring back right now. Otherwise, I'm going to report it to the police for theft. I mean it when I say this, so you better listen to what I'm saying. Besides, you sound like you had to steal my mom's ring because your mother was poor and had nothing to give you. Your mother must be thrilled to hear you using such absurd things as an excuse for stealing.
What did you say? You're so rude as always. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not scared even a little bit. You thought I would get on my knees and apologize profusely while asking for your forgiveness if you threatened me like that. But there's no way. Don't make me laugh, okay? You should stop here if you're not going to divorce my little brother. We don't want to be uncomfortable when we're still a family, right? I promise you I'm not going to lay my hands on your stuff ever again, so end of discussion. Done.
You make me speechless.
Who are you to say end of discussion when I'm the owner of the ring, and I'm demanding you to bring it back to me immediately? I cannot make any concessions regarding my mom's ring, so make sure to return the ring immediately. I said I already sold the ring and I spent every penny of the sales proceeds. It's just that simple, so do whatever you need to do.
So you're just going to be like, sue me?
I won't have anything to give you even if you sue me. Do whatever you need to do.
Okay then. Since you keep saying do whatever I need to do, I'll do whatever I need to do.
What the heck can you possibly do? Sarah, did you tell everything to my mom? Did you tell her that I stole your late mother's ring and got rid of it for money? Why did you have to do that when you know better than anyone that she will never accept theft as she has been an educator all her life?
I thought you told me multiple times to do whatever I needed to do. I needed your mother to realize what her daughter had done. So I told her because that was what you told me to do. So what's the problem when I only followed your instruction? Oh, did you actually want to be reported for theft? I could certainly do that for you if you prefer that way.
Do you think it's funny? What kind of theft are you talking about when we're a family?
What do you mean by a family when we don't live in the same house or make a living together? If I were to press charges, you would be in a position where you would be held accountable without any escape. I only gave up on pressing charges out of consideration for Danielle, who is still a baby who needs her mother by her side. But instead of gratitude, what's this attitude?
You gave up on pressing charges because you couldn't press charges against a family member, not because of your generosity. Who do you think you're kidding? Besides, my mom gave the ring back to you. Then what's the matter with you? What, do you want more after she bought the same ring and handed it to you? It was such an old ring, and I heard she had to travel across the states to get the same one. Isn't that enough for you when such an old lady did that for you? You even told her that I was jealous of you having a wealthy mom and you had a lot to inherit. She said she failed to teach me properly, even as an educator, and declared that she'll disown me from this point on. She said she can't be that mother I want, so she'll let me go. She told me to live on my own and to make sure to pay her back $5,000. How am I supposed to pay her back that much money when I have a child to take care of? I have a college degree, but I barely graduated with a borderline GPA, and I don't have any work experience at all. All I have been doing so far was to support my husband and raise my daughter, which is far from making money. Most importantly, you know all of this, and you still rat on me and cause such pain for me?
Well, you should learn how to stand up on your own feet before it's too late. You'll have to live on your own going forward, which means you have to make money by yourself.
What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Why are you saying I need to make money by myself?
Okay, listen. The entire family, your mother, my husband, and even your husband, went to the jewelry shop where you sold my ring. We asked the owner to see the camera footage explaining to him what was going on, and he let us see it. Well, you were there selling my mom's ring, but surprisingly, you weren't alone. You were holding some guy's hand who was clearly not your husband. Everything was recorded on the camera, from you holding his hand and even kissing him, stepping out of the shop with your hand in his back pocket with a big smile on your face. It was seriously pathetic and ridiculous. All of us were embarrassed for you. I never expected to discover such a dirty secret of yours when I simply wanted to check if I can get my ring back.
What?
You turned around and cheated on your hard-working, devoted husband with some other guy after dropping off your daughter at school. How vulgar and coarse everything you do is. Don't you feel sorry for your husband who is working day and night for you and your daughter? Isn't it shameful for your daughter who considers her mother to be everything in the world? I heard the one you're having an affair with is the father of a boy in Danielle's classroom. How could you even think about having a relationship with one of the parents?
No, I didn't have any kind of relationship. He's just someone I know. I swear I never cheated on my husband or committed adultery.
For that part, your husband must have done an extensive investigation and formed a conclusion by now.
That can't be possible. He has never shown any indication of feeling suspicious. He is someone who easily displays his emotions, so if something like that were to happen, it would be written all over his face.
Unlike someone, parents are willing to do anything and everything for the sake of their children. No matter how weak his disposition may be, he would make all necessary preparations to avoid having his parental rights taken away before dumping you.
What did you say? Who does he think he is trying to take my baby away from me when I was the one giving birth to her from my womb? That doesn't make sense. No matter how much he tries, Danielle is mine. She can never be his.
What use is there for someone who doesn't even have the qualifications of a mother to imitate motherhood? With no job and even engaging in infidelity, does it seem likely that someone like you would be granted custody?
Hey, which side are you on right now?
Who am I to be on your side when even your own mother and brother said they'll disown you? I am simply your sister-in-law, and I have no intention of listening to your complaints any longer. I have no intention to help you, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to. After what happened, I heard that Jane eventually became estranged from her own mother and my husband, and that she was divorced by her ex-husband as well. Of course, custody went to the father, and she lost her child. She was forced to work, eat, and sleep in a small restaurant, trying to pay off her debts. She had to work tirelessly to repay her debts to her mother, her ex-husband, and the wife of the guy with whom she had an affair. If she had managed the money wisely provided by her husband and worked hard to raise her child, the outcome would have been completely different. This is the consequence of her own foolish decisions. Thanks for watching! If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And why not leave us a comment in the comment section down below with all of your thoughts. See you in the next video! Ellen? I just got back from the restroom, but I can't seem to find you or your mother anywhere. I thought that you would be waiting for me. But did you leave to look inside some shops or something? I'm sorry for making you wait.
Hey, Sophia. You're finally done. It took you long enough.
What do you mean? I was only in there for a few minutes.
Well, my mom and I got tired of waiting for you, so we decided to head to the next sightseeing spot without you. There's so much that we want to do, and we just couldn't bear to waste any more time waiting around.
What? Wait, so you're not here anymore?
That's right. You being in a wheelchair is a big inconvenience for us during our vacation. So we thought that it would be best if we just left you behind, so we can have a good time.
How could you?
Good luck managing to get around on your own.
Wait, you can't be serious. This isn't just any vacation. We're in France, a completely different country. And what about my bag? You said that you would hold on to it for me while I went to the bathroom. My wallet and return ticket are inside that.
So what? I told you that we're going to be going our separate ways for the rest of this trip. So what's the point in holding on to this ticket that you bought with us? We'll be doing our own thing. So you do what you want as well, okay?
What are you talking about? How am I supposed to get home without my return ticket or wallet?
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't really mind if you didn't come back home.
What? I don't understand.
I mean, think about it. Did you really think that I was serious about taking you on a vacation abroad in your wheelchair? Don't make me laugh.
What do you mean?
Are you really that clueless? Then let me spell it out for you. It's a big hassle always having to accommodate your needs. It really slows us down and limits where we can go. It's like your wheelchair always has to take priority in deciding what we can and can't do. I'm tired of feeling so tied down. I want to be able to move around freely and do things more spontaneously.
But that's not fair. It's not like I chose to be in this wheelchair. I'd like to be able to move around freely as well if I had the choice.
Oh, be quiet. Why do you always have to be so negative? It really bothers me that all you do is mope around.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Whatever. Besides, you always brag about how you can speak French, so you'll have no problem figuring things out, right? So, that's it for now, I guess. It would be too big of a burden trying to get around with you in the huge wheelchair, so my mom and I decided that this was the best arrangement for everyone. We'll finally be able to enjoy our vacation, and you'll be free to do what you want as well. Oh, but I'll gladly hold on to your wallet for you. And everything inside of it, too.
How dare you!
Wow. There's much more than I thought you would have inside. You always did make good money, if anything else. Looks like my mom and I will be splurging on some good wine tonight.
Stop it! Just come back already! Please, I'm begging you!
No way. Oh, and one last thing. All the details I gave you about where we'll be staying tonight, it's all fake.
What?
Oh wait, it looks like we're already here, so I'm gonna go now. Mom and I are so excited to spend the next 2 weeks traveling around Europe. We'll get to see so much now that we don't have to worry about wheelchair accessibility.
Alan, you can't be serious!
Of course I'm serious. I hope you adjust to living in a foreign country soon. On your own.
Hello, Linda? Are you with Alan right now?
Yes, he's standing right next to me, as a matter of fact. Is there some sort of problem?
Oh, so I suppose you're aware of the situation right now. And you agree with what he's done?
Of course! Besides, this was all my idea in the first place. I was the one who suggested we take this vacation with you, but with the intention of leaving you behind.
What?
It's really just a shame. I only agreed to this marriage because you graduated at the top of your class from such an elite school. I expected you to make something of yourself, but instead, you just ended up in this wheelchair. Is this some sort of punishment for our family? And the way things turned out, I can't even count on you to take care of me in my old age. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to take care of you now that you're a cripple. This was definitely not part of my plan.
But there's nothing I can do about my situation. You know very well the reason why I'm in this wheelchair now in the first place.
That's enough. The way I see it, you're a good-for-nothing wife to my son, keeping him from living the life that he wants because of your condition. So just stop it with your nonsense excuses already. All of your complaining is just gonna ruin this trip for me and my son. How are we supposed to enjoy anything with all of your negativity?
By the way, how are you and Alan even planning to get around without speaking a single word of French? I was doing all the translating and communicating until now, but the two of you are on your own now.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem at all. We just met this very kind gentleman, and he offered to act as our translator and guide for such a cheap price. He's quite handsome, too, if I might add.
What?
So don't worry about us. We're in good hands, and we don't even need your help anymore.
Are you sure that's safe? This isn't a country that's known to be kind towards tourists. I would be more wary of people like that. It might seem like a genuine offer to help, but you never know what they're really thinking.
Oh, why can't you just be more accepting of people's kindness? You act as if everyone is out to get you or something. And I bet you're just saying that, so we'll go back to get you. Are you really that cunning of a person? But don't worry, we have no intention of going back, no matter how uneasy you try and make us.
That's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to warn you about the dangers of letting down your guard in a foreign country.
It's really none of your business how we decide to spend our time here. Whether you're really looking out for our well-being, or you're just trying to trick us into going back for you, you're in no position to tell us what to do. By the way, I'm going to have Alan divorce you as soon as you get back to the States. Oh, wait. That's only if you're able to get back home safely. Who knows if that's even a possibility since you have no money or means of getting around. And just so you know, This is something that I've already discussed with Alan, and he's in complete agreement. Well, even if you do make it back home, you're not gonna have a place to live. Alan and I also decided that you will be kicked out of the house that we used to share. It's quite the shame, but you're just doomed either way. What do you mean? Because of all the renovations we did to make the house more handicapped accessible, it lets me get around very easily as well. There's many improvements that are very helpful for someone my age as well, so it's a very comfortable living arrangement for me. I guess that's one good thing that came out of you being handicapped. How dare you say such a thing? You really have a lot to say for someone with such limited mobility. It's not like you can do anything about it, so you should just keep quiet. Anyways, I can hear Alan and our new translator calling for me, so I'll be going now. I can't wait to see where this gentleman will be taking us next. Linda, wait! You have to reconsider your situation. This is your first time in this country and you don't even speak the language. It's not smart or safe to just accept the offer of some random person. You don't even know who they are. You have to keep in mind that you're a complete outsider here. Yes, don't be such a worrywart. I'll be careful if that's what you want, okay? No, you have to listen to what I have to say. I get it, okay? I'm not gonna reply to you anymore, so don't even bother sending any more messages. Linda! Wait! Fine. That's it then. If this is the way you're going to be, then I have an idea of my own. Don't tell me that I didn't warn you, though, because you brought this onto yourself. Sophia! Hey, Sophia! You can't just ignore me like this! Why aren't you answering me? You didn't block me, did you? Jeez. What do you want? Sophia! Finally! What the heck is going on? Let me guess. You just got back home? That's right. I'm in front of our house right now, but there seems to be a problem. It doesn't make sense. Why can't I get inside? What did you do? Of course you can't get in. I put the house up for sale, so obviously you won't be able to get inside anymore. What? You sold our house? Yep. And I can't believe how quickly I was able to find a buyer. Why would you do such a thing? Where are we supposed to live now? How could you be so selfish and do something like this without my permission? This is nowhere near selfish compared to what you and your mother did to me. Remember how you and your mother tricked me into going on vacation with you, just so you can leave me stranded abroad? Saying that me being in a wheelchair would prevent you from enjoying your vacation, since it would be an inconvenience to accommodate my disability? Now, that's pretty selfish if you ask me. Especially knowing that I would have a hard time getting around in my wheelchair, too. Huh? Wait. I don't believe this. Did you actually make it back home? On your own? Absolutely. You just realized this now. I got back home just 2 days after you left me stranded. But that's impossible. How did you even manage that? Well, it wasn't that difficult, to be honest. It seems like you've completely forgotten this, but I'm sure that I've told you before. But I lived in France for about 3 years when I was in college, for a study abroad program. Does this ring any sort of bell? I guess you mentioned something like that before, but it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember the details. Anyways, I still stay in touch with some close friends I made during that time, one of whom happened to live just 1 hour away from where you left me. She was kind enough to come pick me up, and she was the one who helped me get everything together so I could come back home. Fortunately, I had at least my phone and credit card on me, so it wasn't too hard to make all the arrangements. I don't believe this. How can that even be possible? And what else was it that you wanted to know? Oh, that's right. You were asking about how I sold the house. Yeah, exactly. That's the #1 priority right now. How could you do such a stupid thing without even asking for my permission? I'm the head of this household, so I should have at least had a say in this.
Are you kidding? Do you really think that you're the head of this household?
Of course. There's no question about that. My mom really likes that house. With all the barrier-free renovations, it was really the perfect layout for her since she's getting older now. You have no idea the trouble we had after we last spoke. That so-called kind local who offered to show us around ended up walking away with all of our stuff. We were left only with what we had on ourselves.
Oh my. I had no idea. That must have been such a traumatic experience for you both.
Anyways, we finally made it back home and we're looking forward to just winding down after everything that happened. So imagine our surprise when we couldn't even get into the house. This is just unbelievable. You're crazy.
By the way, you're forgetting a very important piece of information. Because the deed for this house is under my name. Don't you remember?
What? I thought that the deed was under my name and that this house belonged to me.
Don't be silly. Why would you even think that? This house belonged to my parents in the first place. It's where I grew up. Since my parents decided that they wanted to settle down in the countryside after their retirement, I inherited this house instead. And besides, I was the one who paid for all the renovations that were done to make this house more wheelchair accessible. So any way you look at it, this house belongs to me and only me. Why did you think that I would change the name on the deed in the first place? That would have absolutely no merit to me.
I know that. But I live there too, so you could have at least discussed it with me before you went ahead and sold our house behind my back.
Oh, really? Coming from someone who decided on our divorce without so much as any kind of courtesy, your accusation hardly carries any weight at all.
This is more urgent, though. We have nowhere to live right now.
You have nothing to worry about since I've already made some arrangements for you. Patricia's already said that she'd be more than happy to help me.
What? Patricia, my sister? You're kidding, right?
Nope, I'm dead serious. I've already packed up all of your things, too. Your sister agreed to hold on to everything at her house, so I'm having everything shipped there, okay?
What? Wait.
She's going to let you and your mother stay with her temporarily, so you see? There's no need to worry about finding a place to live. Anyways, you and your mother should head over there directly.
There's no way we can stay with my sister. Don't you have any idea who she is?
I know exactly who she is, and I really appreciate her kindness. I don't know what I would have done if it weren't for her help. You're so lucky to have such a thoughtful sister.
You're just kidding, right? I can't stay with her. This can't be happening for real.
Sophia! How could you? What kind of punishment is this? I just finished talking to Alan and now I have to deal with you? You have no idea the kind of trouble we were involved in after we separated. Oh, Alan did mention something like that about someone walking off with all of your belongings. Was it the so-called kind gentleman that you found? The one that was supposed to act as your translator and take you around the city? That's right. He was, in fact, very kind in the beginning, taking us to some of the lesser-known sightseeing spots and recommending the best places to shop and eat. But I guess I let my guard down too quickly and trusted that he was as honest as he appeared to be. Anyways, he offered to hold on to my bags while I went to the restroom, but that turned out to be a huge mistake. When I came out, he was nowhere to be found. And of course, all of my belongings were gone with him as well. That's exactly what I was trying to warn you about. I told you that it was a bad idea to accept the help of a stranger, especially while you're on vacation in a foreign country for the first time. This is what you get for not taking my advice seriously. But he was so good-looking, and I just couldn't say no to such a handsome face. You just went by his looks? You should really be ashamed of yourself. What would your late husband say if he knew you were acting like this? That's not important right now. What about our house? Oh, that's right. You can just look over the previous text messages between Alan and I. I really don't feel like discussing the same matter over again with you. It would be a waste of time. A waste of time? Who do you think you are, talking to me like that? You should be respectful towards me. I'm your mother-in-law. Really? Because the last time we spoke, you were pretty determined about having Alan divorce me right away. And if that's how you're going to be, I no longer feel any obligation to hold anything back, and I'll be very frank with you about what I think. Oh wait, I actually saved you the trouble of starting the divorce process. In fact, it's already been finalized. Huh? What do you mean? I haven't even had the opportunity to talk to Alan about any of this yet. As you know, I got back home about a week before you and Alan. And when I went to check our mailbox, you can just imagine my surprise when I found the divorce papers already signed by Alan himself, along with the rest of the mail. It turns out that he was having an affair, and it was actually his lover who sent the divorce papers, along with a letter detailing their relationship. He's too much of a coward to confront me himself. She was also kind enough to include the video footage of Alan while he was actually signing the papers, so it's no mistake either. And I just took that opportunity to sign the papers myself and submit them to court. Wait, I don't understand. Are you really sure that Alan was having an affair? It just seems so unlike him. I'm quite certain of it. In fact, his lover is confident that she would make a much better wife for him than me. She stated as such in her letter. And she demanded that I move out of this house because I have no right to be here. Which is quite funny because the house in question legally belongs to me. So I wrote her back that this house was actually passed down to me from my parents. And also that the man she claims to be the perfect match for will come with an evil and controlling mother on the side. One that talked him into leaving his handicapped wife stranded in a foreign country. She obviously had no idea about any of this, so her response was as expected. She's going to leave Alan right away. I demanded compensation from her, which she willingly paid in full, and I haven't heard from her since. Who knows where she is right now? What? You did all of this while Alan and I were still abroad? Yes. Well, to lay things out clearly, this is what happened. Although it was a shock at first when I realized that you and Alan had left me behind, it gave me the chance to look at the situation more objectively. While the two of you were dealing with your own situation in France, I was doing my own investigation and discovered quite a few surprising truths. But I knew that this was the perfect chance to settle these matters, so I decided to take action right away, so that everything will be done by the time you and Alan returned home. And here we are right now. This can't be happening. The only thing that's left is to demand compensation from Alan himself. And I've already explained to my lawyer that he will be staying with his sister for the time being, so he should expect to visit there soon. What? So he should just stay put there patiently until my lawyer gets in touch with him. No, wait. This is all a joke, right? Staying with Patricia is just out of the question. I had a feeling that you would try and get out of going to Patricia's, so I took some measures ahead of time. If I'm not mistaken, Patricia should be approaching you from behind right about now. What? It looks like the timing was perfect. As you can see, I asked her to come get the two of you, so you wouldn't try and get away this time. You might be wondering why Alan and his mother were so uneager to stay with Patricia. But it might have to do with the fact that she used to be the former leader of a well-known female gang. And although she no longer has any dealings with that kind of lifestyle anymore, they know what she's capable of, so they're still very cautious around her. For as long as I've known her, she's never shown her mean side, and is always very gentle and kind in her manner. But I know that she has a strong sense of justice, and hates when people are disloyal. And from what I've heard, it's best not to get on her wrong side, because she can be very intimidating when she is angry. Even as a mother of two now, people who know her well can tell you that she hasn't completely let go of her formal lifestyle. She just does a good job of keeping it under wraps. Patricia moved in with her husband's family when she got married, so she now lives a 2-hour drive from us. Since she's too far away to visit on a regular basis, Alan and his mother probably thought that they could get away with insulting me all the time. But unfortunately, what they didn't consider was the fact that Patricia and I were in fact quite close to one another. This small miscalculation was what led to their complete downfall. After I told Patricia about how they left me stranded during our vacation, and about Alan's affair, she told me to just leave the rest to her. Shortly after, I received the compensation payment from Alan in full, which was quite a surprise. I have no idea how he managed that kind of payment, and I never bothered to ask for the details. But apparently, one of Patricia's acquaintances hired him to work in one of his factories overseas, so I'm assuming that he's not even in this country anymore. And under strict supervision, he's being re-educated into hopefully a more proper man. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to see more content.